What's up, y'all? Today I got a different video for you. Slightly different. I wanted to start doing some videos that's not just like all the new stuff I'm reading and kind of lets me go in depth and like highlight parts of my collection that I got here. So today I'm going with three books that I think are the 90-minute action movie comic books, which I mean as a compliment. I feel like people can say that and it comes off as disrespectful. I have a great appreciation for the art form that is the 90-minute action movie. I feel like has been extinct for like 10 years at least. And I feel like these books capture it. So when I say the 90-minute action movie book, I mean this book is all in one, right? It's not like a piece of a series, like the whole story is contained in the book. It's got to have action, obviously, but like not high, fast paced. I think the book's got to be fast paced. They have to have a lot of action at their core, but it's also not like trying to be like, some like head trip, complicated. It's like straightforward, fast paced, good action, solid story, which I would argue is harder to make than a lot of these, like the drawn out, longer, complicated layers on layers type of story. I think that it's harder to do this one well because it just you got to just trim the fat. It's got to be no excess on this to make it work. So anyway, that's enough yapping. These are the three books that I think are the great 90-minute action movie books that I have read. We're gonna start with Lake of Fire. This is written by Nathan Fairbairn and Matt Smith. Underrated artist Matt Smith. I really, really like his art. He's got a great, he's done some work on, like, Hellboy books and things like that. But he does these, like, really great, he'll put the really dark blacks, inks on the page. Lake of Fire is straight up. It is, takes place in, like, medieval times. And an alien ship crash lands there. Look at this. First page. This is what I'm talking about, dude. This is the beauty of the 90-minute action movie book. They get right into it. The premise is clear from the beginning, and you just follow some knights in a local kingdom who have to deal with these aliens that have landed near their castle. Right? It's sick, dude. It's sick. Matt Smith's art is great. The colors are also very good. I don't know if he colors himself. Colored by Nathan. Oh, colored and lettered. That's really interesting. You don't see that one a lot. Yeah, apparently the writer colors it, but it's beautiful, dude. This book is a great time. It's a pretty solid one-sitting book. I mean, you can sit through and read this thing definitely in I don't know. I feel like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Get the whole story. I really like this run. I feel like it's not doing anything crazy here, which I think is a part of the beauty of it. It's a straightforward story. We know the stakes. We understand what's going on. And it's sick, dude. This book rips. Yeah, Lake of Fire, Nathan Fairbairn, Matt Smith. Definitely deserves to be on this list. I really like this book. I think it's also just like a great piece of the collection, dude. Look at the cover, dude. Matt Smith is so good. He's so good. We love it. All right. Next one. I got Wolverine Logan by Brian K. Vaughan, drawn by Eduardo Risso. This book's a little bit older than that one. I forget when this came out. I talked about this in one of my reading logs. It's like a fairly new one. And it's a great time, dude. And that one, I think I talked about it as well. That, this book it's just so, clear. You know what I mean? You get, I'm going to keep saying that with all these books. But it's so rad to get just, the straightforward, punched up, it just feels complete. So many times when I'm reading a lot of Marvel and DC stuff, especially, you're reading it and you're like, dude, I don't even know, I don't have the 30 years of research needed to understand why any of this matters. This shit is crazy. What am I supposed to latch on to here? This book has it all. Do you know who Wolverine is? No? Then you're good. Then that's it. Eduardo Risso's art is sick. Brian K. Vaughan's writing. This doesn't sound like a Brian K. Vaughan book to me necessarily, but I if you've read Y the Last Man or Saga and that stuff, I feel like he shifts his tone for this book, and I think this book is better for it. And Eduardo Risso is just maybe the greatest comic book artist the world has ever seen. He's so good. He's working his magic here for sure. These dynamic panels. We get some crazy poses. He's great with expressions on the characters. as always. It takes place with Wolverine. We kind of get like a past and future thing happening at the same time, where we watch him in a world war, I assume. Sorry, I'm like peeking at this, and some war, and then it's also him in the present returning for some reason to like clean up past mistakes. And isn't that just the 90-minute action movie right there, dude? Wolverine come back to clean up past mistakes. This book is sick. It's pretty short, Definitely one sitting on this one. This one's even shorter than Lake of Fire for sure. It's quick. It's great. We get a lot of action. We get some nice. I just like his characterization of Wolverine in this book. I think is really good. He's like tough. He's a badass, but he's also got a heart in there. And you're like rooting for him. He's like a great action hero in this book. Really enjoyed it. This book, I don't know if it's out of print. It's pretty old. I got this one used for like less than $10 or something like that. So it's definitely a little bit harder to find than Lake of Fire, but I think it's out there. I mean, as long as you're cool with used books, which you all should be. Everyone should buy used books. It's the way to do it. And last one is Callie. Callie? Who's to say? Callie's book, written by Daniel Friedman, illustrated by Robert Samelin, who, if I understand, is like a video games artist guy mostly. I don't think he does a lot of comics. But I mean, just look at these end papers, bro. This is the hardcover version, but there's a softcover one that I'm pretty sure is a little bit easier to find. Callie is like a post-apocalyptic action romp through. Well, listen, I don't want to give too many details about plot points because it goes through it pretty quick. But we follow Callie. This is her. She's the main character, and of course, she needs revenge. So it's a great revenge story. I mean, look at this, dude. The handcuffs, the knife still in the back while she's chained up. She's so badass. This book's so fun, dude. It's beautifully illustrated. Robert Samelin is insane. We get really good choreographed fights which I feel like comics sometimes lack. I feel like sometimes they'll just put like dudes punching people in the face and without like a bunch of care put towards like the actual like movement involved. Does that make sense? Like in this one, they do a really good job of like setting the scene, and then we see exactly what happens. Like it's very, very clear in the fight. We get a play-by-play as it happens. I don't know. I think it works really well. I really like his style. Callie is a badass dude. I mean, dude, this is what the whole book is like, dude. This one has a great as the story goes on, we have these kind of like there's these figures that she's hunting down. So each one is like its own like video game boss that she has to beat in like a slightly different way. Super rad. So we get a lot of variety in like the people she's fighting. We kind of get in the beginning that she's just kicking ass on soldiers, and then they like step it up, and each person she fights next is like slightly more dangerous until she gets to the last one. And it also does a great job of like our hero, even though she's a badass, she's not a badass because she never gets hit, dude. She's a badass because she gets the shit kicked out of her and she fights anyway. She's injured the whole time. The whole time she is getting like clocked or like grazed by shots. She's getting cut on the arms and shit. Like she's not like this invincible like god with the main character plot armor. It's so rad. So rad. If I'm being honest, it's been a little while since I've read this, and like looking at this stuff again, it's just like, dude, what more could you ask for? Look at this. Look at this, man. The art is so, so good. I think that's an important part of having one of these books of like, if you're going to have the action book, it's got to like, the art has got to really hit, because usually these are pretty light on the words. And this is definitely one of those. I know Daniel Friedman because he did Raiders with Crom, another great book. He also does Bird King with them. I'm pretty sure he writes it. But he just knows how to like get out of the way. You know what I mean? Like not like, I don't mean to be like disrespectful when I say that, but he just knows how to let the art talk. Like sometimes there's nothing to be said, you know? Look at her, bro. This is more what I mean. Look at these action scenes, bro. Colored really, really well too. Sick. So sick. But yeah, these are the three. I looked at my collection. I feel like these were the only ones that like really fit the bill for what I was thinking with the like 90-minute action movie thing. It's hard to do because a lot of the books that I like want to pick are like they only have one book, but they were meant to have more. So it's supposed to be a part of a series. So it's kind of like I didn't feel like that was totally fair to it. But here, let me grab them just to show you guys a couple runners up. All right, here I have a couple honorable mentions for this category. First one here, which I feel like is really close, is Chicken Devil. It's written by Brian Buccellato, drawn by Hayden Sherman, lettered by Hassan Otsmane-Elhaou. This one I've also talked about in some of my reading logs, but it just follows this guy. He owns a chicken restaurant, like a hot chicken joint, and something happens that like ruins not only his business but affects his family so heavily that he has to become the Chicken Devil in order to get vengeance on the mob, I think. Some kind of organized crime. This book, again, the artwork is super sick. It's Hayden Sherman. He does absolute Wonder Woman right now. He's so good. I love Hayden Sherman. And it's written by Brian Buccellato, who I haven't read a ton of, but I think is very funny in this book. This book made me laugh quite a bit. So this one is, closer towards an action comedy. It's not just straight action like some of these other ones were. But I think it really works. But at the end, they try to do the thing where they're like, "Oh, but the next one, it's coming." And it's like, I don't know, dude. It's been a while. I don't know if there's going to be another Chicken Devil. They've been talking about it. Pretty sure Hayden Sherman's a little too big time now to come back to a book like this. But who knows, Never say never. But I think this is an honorable mention for this list. I also picked All Against All. Very interesting book. I think it doesn't work it doesn't work for like this category. I think the book works. I think the book's really, really good. But I don't consider it the same as the 90-minute action books because of it's a little bit leaning hard onto like the sci-fi of it. I think it can be difficult to like really understand the premise, which I think is a good thing overall. But I would say that for the 90-minute action movie, I think this has a little too much on its mind to be in the category. But this book is very good. It has Alex Paknadel writing it, Casper Wingard drawing it, Hassan Otsmane-Elhaou, who just letters every good book in the world, it feels like. This is my favorite Casper Wingard art, and it takes place entirely in space. It takes place entirely in space. The main characters are aliens, and they're running like they have like a containment program where they're testing out the bodies of different creatures because their alien species can jump from body to body. They're actually like they can attach to different bodies and use them. So they're trying to find good. Do you see what I mean? It's kind of it's a complicated setup. It's a very unique book. Super interesting book. All Against All. I do recommend it, but I don't know if I'd call it a 90-minute action movie book. Wordy category. But yeah, that's what I got for this. This is a category that really interests me. I think it's really hard to do well. It feels like as like a society, we are moving away from stories like this. Stories that are just really punchy and like clear and like can be enjoyed in their entirety in like a short amount of time. And standalone. Nothing wants to be standalone anymore. Everything's got to have a universe, right? So I want to make this video highlighting one of the things I love, which is this kind of book. Okay? I also want to make this video to see if anybody else can think of one that fits in this category, because I'm interested, man. I'm so interested in more of these books. I feel like a lot of the things that go down this category, the quality just isn't there. But I've given you some examples here of some very high quality ones. So if you've heard of a high quality 90-minute action movie comic book, you let me know. Please put in the comments so that I can read it. I'm always looking for new stuff to read. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.